Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. Hey, welcome back to Not Worth the Time, everybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday as you're starting your week for the first time. Mother's Day was yesterday, everybody. Everybody have a good Mother's Day. I hope you did. Hope you celebrated it well and at least called and said hi to your moms and delivered all the flowers and had a good one. Hopefully everybody had a good one. I sent my mom some stuff. My mom always cracks me up. It was funny because I've been trying to be more active on Instagram and stuff like that. And my mom, who's been like adamantly against getting any kind of social media for the longest time. No, didn't want to do anything. Like she lives in a neighborhood where like they have apparently like a neighborhood Facebook group that they share information on, and they won't even get a joint account with my stepdad just to check in on that. Like, nah, you guys can text us. There's like, nah, we're not dealing with that Facebook shit. You just text us this information. That's our evite. We don't do this get a group chat going stuff. That is the funny part about Facebook is the private groups and stuff that people start. It used to be such an open thing, and now it's not anymore. But that she doesn't wanna. Wants nothing to do with those social media platforms. But then this whole quarantine thing, her and my stepdad have gotten just bored. So like they've gotten so bored to the point that they actually got like Instagram accounts. So now my mom follows me on Instagram, which is hilarious. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it is. Probably because this is the first social media account that she has followed me on. Like my dad's had Twitter for a long time. I think he finally got rid of it, which was the funniest thing. My dad was one of those dudes who loved to my dad was live tweeting before live tweeting was cool during events. Like my dad would be watching Iowa Hawkeye football, just tweeting away, being like, "What kind of fucking call is that?" And my dad had some followers and stuff. It was like it's his, all of his buddies he plays golf with, and like old friends and stuff like that. But it's hilarious that they're just like sending those out into the world and like live. So my dad was been live tweeting before live tweeting was cool, man. He was on it, and then he got rid of Twitter because of that whole fact. He was like, yeah, no, fuck this. He's like, I can't stand these people. He was like making fun of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and like Cornhusker fans were coming at him. It's so funny that just like my dad got sick of it whenever he talked shit about Nebraska Cornhusker fans coming at him, that he was just like, nah, man, I'm done with this shit. I'm not going to have these guys, when I make a comment about their football team, have them come at me. Which, I get what he was kind of saying, but yeah, he was saying they weren't defending their point. But I tried to explain to my dad that, like, Twitter doesn't give a shit about defending the original argument. It's all about flipping it on you. There is no defend your original argument. We don't stay on topic on Twitter, even though there's a hashtag, and there's clearly a topic point, and that's why you put that hashtag in, because you want to be a part of that topic. You don't have to talk about that topic. Yeah, so, but like this is the first one my mom's followed me on, and it was funny. I tweeted. I sent out a post on Instagram of we have problems in our parking lot where like we have these parking structures, and pigeons sit up in there, right? So they make their nests and stuff. And if you pay for those parking spots, you're also feels like you're getting paid to have a pigeon shit all over your car. So I know our building did something to get rid of certain nests and all that kind of shit not too long ago. But now, but like some people have taken matters into their own hands. They take the law in their own hands. I won't let these birds poop on my car no more. I want to make sure these pigeons know who the real boss is. You see, I'm judge, jury, and executioner. They went Judge Dredd on some pigeons pooping on their car. They're like, justice will be served. Nobody shot any pigeons. That's where everybody's thinking if this is going, is that the people pulled out pellet guns and started capping pigeons. Just rural justice. Just, oh yeah, you pooping on my fucking Ford? Nuh-uh. Not my Ford Escalade. It's not even. Do Fords make Escalades? No, Escalades are what? Cadillac? I think it's a Cadillac Escalade. Now I gotta look that up. That's what's nice about Google. Escalade car. I can't spell Escalade. Yeah, that's a Cadillac. Ford Expedition. Then no, Expedition's a fucking Chevy. What is a Ford Explorer? I don't know. Man, Ford needs to step it up with their car name, right? Like like the one that you can actually think of as like the Explorer, the Fiesta, the Fusion. Even that's not cool. Like Escalade, Excursion. They had the Bronco. That was pretty cool. Then it got ruined for obvious reasons. Bring back the Bronco. I know there was like that fake rumor thing coming, but bring those back, man. The Bronco was so cool. But yeah, you're taking law in your own hands if you have pigeons pooping on your car. You'd be like, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm Judge Dredd in this pigeon. You're gonna take out a whole family just for someone pooping on your car. You're a monster. But they're doing it not with pellet guns, so they're doing it a more humane way, which is by trying to scare them. Doing less drastic tactics. So one of my neighboring buildings, somebody in their little shelving area parking structure where they've been nesting typically in these like Y-shaped beams, they duct taped two plastic owls in the crevices where they normally make the the fucking nest. So there's just two owls sitting up there, and I don't know if you've ever seen like a decoy owl, but they're so funny because they're not like they're just like wide-eyed, which is funny because I'll look up a picture of an owl right now, right? I'll look up a picture of an owl. And if you go to a picture of owl, they just kind of have some calm eyes. And I'm going to make sure I save this image and I will put it up in the podcast and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And so you'll see, you're looking at it right now if you're watching the video podcast. And like people are just like, they're like it's a they're a little soft, calmer eyes. See, this is a close up of the owl. Now this owl has a camera up in its face. Now I assume the camera's up in its face because it's way funnier to think that the photographer tried to sneak up on this owl and just get right up in its grill. And even then, the owl is posing like it's a fucking model shoot, just like, oh, give me that look, owl. Give me that look, owl. Ooh, this owl is hot to try. It's wearing the latest color fashions. It is amazing. So, like this owl, right? It's doing all right. Like he's hanging in there, doing his thing. And like you look at all these other pictures on here, none of them look crazy. Now, I'm going to pull up a picture of what a decoy owl. Actually, I'm just going to pull the one up from my Instagram, right? And that's what this one looks like. Okay, if you look at this fucking thing, it's just wide-eyed, mean mugging, and like owls are scary, but like the artists who made these decoys took interpretation in on their own thing, right? Like they're just like, well, here it is. This is what the owl looks like. They're mean and they're always wide-eyed. This owl looks like it's on crack. That's why when you see the post, if you're looking at it, I wrote the post, "Crack is whack," and then it was like said by Owl in my parking lot. Now I posted this as a funny thing because that's what it just looks like, a owl sticking its head out sideways and just yelling something at you. And my mom, I call her that week or whatever and just talking, having a good chat. And she's like, "Hey, honey, what's the deal with that owl picture you posted?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, the one on Instagram," because I keep forgetting she's on there now. I'm like, "Oh, it's just like something I saw in the parking lot when I was walking the dog." She's like, "Oh, okay." And I did what did you mean by the caption "crack is whack"? So now I'm sitting on the phone explaining to my mom the absurdity of the joke I was just trying to make. And I was like, I don't know. When I saw the owl and I looked up at it when I first saw it, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Mom, was this owl was randomly sticking its head out, yelling "crack is whack" at me, because an owl is wise and they're trying to pass on useful information. This is just an aggressive owl giving you, a piece of advice, which is crack is whack. You know what? I appreciate that owl's aggressiveness. Now, that says a lot about my mind in the fact that saw an owl and was like, yo, that owl's yelling wise things at me. What's it telling me? Crack is whack, really aggressively. Thanks, Mr. Owl. And yeah, and that's so. I look forward to explaining more Instagram jokes that I put up to my mom. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. It's the best. Ah, it's the best. Had a pretty good couple weeks here. Done pretty well over the past 2 weeks. Me and my girlfriend had a lovely time last weekend. We got had some beers and we sat down. We played old school Super Nintendo. Now, and this was a big deal. Not because we were playing video games. She likes playing video games. This is where the big deal. My girlfriend found out finally that I'm not good at video games. Not even a little, guys. And if you guys if you don't believe me, just go watch Fun Pun Gaming. I'm pretty sure you can find this series where I play Mega Man 2, I believe, for Fun Pun Gaming on YouTube. There's that one. The only game I'm good at, and that's our first playthrough that I play where I do the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fighting game. That was the only game I'm good at. Otherwise, you watch me in any other game on Fun Pun Gaming, and if I'm playing, I'm getting my ass whooped. Now, my girlfriend has never seen those videos because why would she? She doesn't have time to sit around and watch old videos of me playing video games. Totally understandable. So we were playing Super Mario World and had no idea. My girlfriend apparently is a fucking pro. She knew everything. We only played the first 3 worlds, but like she was just like, okay, if you go here and you go here, you can find the secret key, boom, and unlocks this. You can go to this Star World. Didn't even know Star World was a thing in Super Mario World. She's just like, yeah, there's a Star World. You get some bonus things. Oh, and then there's this mushroom hut up here. If I go through here and here and unlock this in the haunted house, all of a sudden we have this, and then you can keep going back. If you have a Yoshi, you can get like a 99 lives if you just keep going back and back. And she just had this strategy locked down. Meanwhile, I'm dying left and right. I think by the time we were done, and we've been drinking, and she never lost composure. Like this was just muscle memory to her. She just like she had everything down. Just pop 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 pop. She holding conversation. I have to concentrate, especially once I start drinking and playing video games. I have to buckle down real hard, start squinting real hard so I can focus. Sometimes I close one eye because you're like, okay, if I just use the right, I gotta switch back and forth. They're running at 50% capacity. I can't use them both at the same time. And just doing that, And she's nailing it. Now I'm not letting the drinking be an excuse either. I was sucking before I even had a couple drinks. I'm not good at video games, and it was just funny to hear her go, You play video games all the time though," and I'm like, "Yeah, I play. Oh, yeah, I do play them," and she's like, "You have 5 systems here." Yeah, I know. I enjoy video games. I'm not good at them. I am the same way. Like how old people, when they get up in age in like their 60s, when that like 6-year-olds who just start golfing in their 60s, like you're doing it and you like it, but you're never gonna get better at them. I'm just never gonna get better at them. I enjoy them that's why I play a lot of those like thematic story games, because it's basically watching a movie or reading a book that you get to control. Whereas you play those online multiplayer player games, you have to literally be good enough to keep up with people out of there. And I can't do it, guys. I'm just not good at video games. It was impressive though. Good God, watching her tear through Super Mario World. I get it. It was fucking amazing. There were so many secrets there. Like I have friends who were really good at that game, and and I've seen them play, and they're like, woo, and they fly through it and they do real well. But I have never seen somebody at the level of that, like finding all the secrets. It was fucking impressive. So yeah, I would have to look up. That's something like if I had to figure that out, I would never figure it out on my own. And like nowadays, you just look it up on YouTube and you could probably find all those hidden secrets. But she legitimately found them all herself. It seems like because she just knew, bam, 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 bam. At least that's how my mind works. Like if I looked it up, I wouldn't remember exactly how to do it. I'd have to keep looking it back up. Like I don't remember, how did I do this again? What do you do? Like I have a terrible memory. Yeah, I don't even remember what I said 5 minutes ago on this podcast. But that's how it goes. That is how it goes, guys. I wish I had. I tried to find some cool stuff to talk to you guys about with this week. I didn't find much, though. There wasn't a lot going on that I could find that was like an interesting article. But that's what sucks. But I'll tell you what I've been like watching and looking at and finding, which has been crazy. It's just like for 2 seconds it always sounds cool as fuck, which is the whole van life thing. I'm sure some people have heard of this, but it's like where people take like a work van normally and they'll like convert it into like a small camper. So like a lot of them will have like a full bed in the back, and then like they'll have it lifted up so high and they have storage, and then they'll have like a small kitchen set where it's like there's this tiny sink, normally like a 2-burner stove, something like that. And they just all kind of customize them. I've gone down a YouTube rabbit hole because you can find literally hundreds of different people's like setups and see them, and the woodwork and the like craftsmanship and then like the straight up engineering gone into some of these is so fucking cool. Especially like with the limited space you kind of have, like people have straight up have like full showers, and like this one guy and his wife did this thing where like they have like on the back doors of the van, right, they open up and there's like a hook, and they have like one of those hose shower heads, so like they can put it up in this little hitch, right, and then it rains down on them, but then they can also take it out and do that. Now that's a little crazy. Like they're like living out of that van too, so like they're traveling and like they have to pull off in secluded places so they can take a shower in the back, unless they're doing it in their bathing suits or something. I will say this, they definitely didn't do that in the example video. If he was wearing a bathing suit, they just did a funny thing where he blurred out his bottom half if he was actually wearing a bathing suit, like even if he wasn't. But I don't know, it was hilarious that I thought that. But there's some of these people have such cool things, like the couch conversion things are always like the coolest things. It goes back to like being a kid when you like Transformers and you just watch people like you watch them move and morph into different things. Like these people come up with these cool designs where they'll like take out the slats and like it'll slide or like be a U-shaped couch in the back, right? Now this is most of the time when you see this way, you don't have access then to the back doors. Like they'll normally create some kind of like storage unit back there, but it's separate from the rest of it. But it's like a U-shaped couch right in the back. And then what happens is like they'll slide out these hidden slats from the bottom, which will create the rest of the framing, like the baseboards for the futon or whatever, and then like the back pillow, the back pads that for the couch come down, slide in there perfect, and bam, it's now a full king size bed back there. Dude, these people are so fucking smart, and it's so cool to watch them be. And it always sounds so cool to me. I see that at first, I'm like, man, that sounds so awesome, like free and like cool. You can just go around and do whatever you want. And then I think about all the upkeep inside of that. It's so hard to keep a fucking normal apartment or house clean. Can you imagine trying to keep like food and like food particles and all that shit? Like you get ants in your mobile house, which is your van. Imagine getting ants in there. You let donut and Dorito crumbs fall down into the couch, which is also your bed, and now you got ants. Oh, you're camping out in the wilderness and you left Doritos out and now there's ants. It's crazy. What's also cool is like some people put in like these huge security systems and shit. and like so they have their TV monitors and stuff in the back, and then they have like different security cameras around the van so you can see it from all different angles. That stuff's pretty cool. That's always the interesting part too. Is there's a lot of the people who do this want to have like a minimalist lifestyle, right? So it's like a lot of them are always like, yeah, I'm doing this to have a minimalist lifestyle, so I only have so much clothing, all this. I'm mobile. I can go and go as I please, all that stuff. So it's like, okay, I get that. And then what's funny is like the people who are doing that, but then all at the same time they want like modern comfort and amenities. So they have like one guy just straight up has like a projector hanging from the top with a PS4 off to the side and stuff like that, and then they have like figured out how to get the best like hotspot Wi-Fi internet and stuff, so he can still game online. So it's really crazy to watch how like people go about it and do it their different ways. Van life is definitely interesting. I also just like watching building videos. I don't know. Does anybody, if you guys like watching building videos, email us punninggame@gmail.com. Like, tell me like some cool building videos that would be cool. Like those montages of just putting together. Like, I always like learning about that stuff, but also like learning about it and not getting to actually practice building anything doesn't really get you anywhere, you know? Like me trying to just watch building videos and not actually put them into use is like watching a bunch of chemistry videos and then never trying to become a scientist. Like that's a little more extreme, but yeah, like they're both like ridiculous. I think I grew up building stuff. Like we built, I have like a coffee table. I built a desk as a kid. I built a nightstand. You know, I built some stuff. I like woodwork. It's fun. So it's like it's cool to watch those like montage videos where you just watch them like take this hollow shell of a van and then like make it super cool, wood decorating, convert a kitchen, add all the gadgets and stuff. It's real cool. I also blame my dad a little bit for me getting into that kind of stuff. Because he can get that way with things too. Like I remember when he first got a camper that like when we first got a camper to pull the golf events and stuff. Like it was interesting to watch him modify stuff a little bit. Like, and you just do like little things that are like super simple, but they help with so many little details. Like one of the things he did is like a lot of times this particular model that he got, his latest one was like the drain spouts, right? With like they're like super short most of the time on the like a camper. They're like that long. They're like 2 inches, 3 inches maybe. And so like sometimes like where once you like extend out like the bedroom, if you have like extending out like cabinets or not cabinets, what do you call it, departments, I don't know, uh in the camper, once those get out, like because of the way the drainage, you know, if it rains and stuff is set up, it'll like leak and drip and just make noise on whatever. So like all you had to do, like he looked something up, or I don't even know if he actually thought of this himself. I think he found it online somewhere. But you just take a like PVC pipe, right, and you cut it to like 5 or 6 inches longer, and it like fit. You got the right diameter to fit it right on there, so it would just get pop it on there, make sure it's nice and snug, and bam, now it no longer drips off there. It's just 5 or 6 inches longer, and it just goes down this tube and drips off there. Like small things like that, like you wouldn't even notice it aesthetically unless he points it out to you. Like that's the other thing is like people always worried if you try to do weird mods that you're gonna like point out this giant blemish and what the problem is with your whole thing, you know. But it is what it is. I always like the camper living. That's always the fun. It's camping's fun, or I guess what most people call it, glamping. I guess is what lots of people call it. I don't know. I always think it's a nice little thing. You know, who doesn't want to have like a nice bed to sleep in, and like staying at a camper park is always fun. I like staying at camper parks because then you can like bring kayaks, go kayaking a little bit, fish a little bit. You know, you can bring your dogs. You don't have to worry about a hotel. That's the nicest part is like just having like a spot where you know you can bring your dogs. That is truly, truly nice, guys. Yeah. Well, I guess I have one thing that I can bring up for you guys. Because I feel like I'm cheating you. I didn't do very good prep today. I'm just talking about my random shit. But, um, 2 months ago, guys, I don't know this, but I found this article. Right? All right. Now, here's the cool part is why is everything popping up? Jesus fuck. Yeah. So I found this article, right? And it turns out Apple might owe you $25 if you owned any one of these iPhones. Now, why did they do this? It's because I believe, let's see here, they had to, Apple had so the so-called throttling was suspected was a play by the company to get people to buy new phones. It could cost Apple up to $500 million in proposed class action settlement, according to a new report from Bloomberg Law. The company denies any wrongdoing. In fact, Apple insists the slowdown was to preserve the life of the older phones. It didn't stop people from filing 66 proposed class action lawsuits in December 2017 and June of 2018. If the settlement is approved on April 3rd, I might have to do some, we'll do a follow-up here. I'll search that. Apple can pay consumers $25 per iPhone, which would be adjusted up or down depending on how many iPhones are eligible, with a minimum payout of $310 million. And this is the list. It looks like it's the 6, the 6 Plus, the 6S, the 6S Plus, the 7 Plus, and the SE. Okay, cool. Well, now let's do a follow-up, because let's see here. Apple settlement. What was it? Apple settlement, and it was like, what, April 3rd? Okay. Yeah, they probably wheeled their way out because of this whole thing. We can't do a settlement at this time. Lawsuit settlement. Company. Oh, shit. This has come from CNN Business. Let's see here. Apple will pay up to $500 million to settle lawsuit over slowing down. Oh, shit. Wait, this is from March 2nd. This is from the same day. Okay, did that happen, though? That's what I need. Oh, agrees to settlement. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Did I read that wrong then? If the settlement approved. Okay, so it was supposed to be approved, but they have to pay out something. Okay, well, there you go, guys. If you are in need of a little bit of cash, which we all kind of are, find out if you could prove. I wonder how you have to prove that. What are the little setups for that? I'll have to do some research in that, but I'll also link to this article so you guys can do some research too if you need a little bit of cashola here. Because I know I definitely had a 7. I definitely had a 6S. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I might be able to get some coinage out of this one. Make Big Bad Apple pay for it, which is crazy because I'm paying them. Well, I don't know, like $40 a month for my new phone, which I enjoy. I like it a lot. That's the crazy part. You can't even be mad. They make quality products. I'm a little upset. The throttling was a problem, but you know what? It is what it is. You know who's definitely not throttling your online stuff, guys? Puntingame.com. That's right. Puntingame.com doesn't throttle you. We only help uplift your phone by giving you awesome data that is, all the podcasts we offer. You got Who Gives a F? This podcast, not worth the time. You have No Rational Thought. You got The Grove and Monster Jamboree. All those fun fucking podcasts, guys. Go check them out at puntinggame.com. Releasing content every week. You can watch the video version of the podcast now on YouTube. Go to Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. Search that, hit subscribe, and you can watch that you can watch this podcast, and you can also watch Who Gives a F. So check all that fun stuff out. Don't forget to sign up for the monthly newsletter. I gotta sign one of those out, by the way, for this month, because I didn't do one last month, cause slacking off. That's also where you can find like upcoming dates is in the monthly newsletter for all the comics who do a show on punninggame.com. So check that out. Sign up for that. Follow all of us on the social medias. You can find that in the description down below, guys. Thanks for checking out Not Worth the Time. And go get that Apple money.